Now, here in Richmond, or in the outlying areas of Richmond at the Southside Speedway, Denny Hamlin's Short Track Showdown is a charity event that has been growing by leaps and bounds over the past couple of years. But in the end, the real winners are the local children's charities.
It's time. It's tonight. It's the Denny Hamlin Foundation Short Track Showdown right here at Southside Speedway in Midlothian, Virginia. And what a field of drivers we had tonight. 250 laps. Anyway, we can knock this thing down about 50.
I don't understand the 250 lap deal. That's Denny must have been working out too hard, or feels like he gets better as the race goes on or something. A charity event should be 50 laps. 250
laps is kind of like if you invited me to a golf tournament and made me play 72 holes. I'm trying to get a petition going around for the old guys, maybe pad this thing down to about 50 laps.
Am I an old guy too?
Very much so, yeah. Larry Mack here in a crew chief role, a dad role, Grand Marshal role. What are we doing?
Grand Marshal role. We're going to tell them boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. A dad role. And then, of course, when I came through the gate, the first thing they said, we need a check for tires. We need a check for fuel. So I'm also the owner, I guess.
Well, tonight it is fun. You know, there's no points on the line, no money on the line. So it's just about going out there and having a good time. Try not to tear up too many of these guys' equipment and give them something to go back home with.
It's just a great event. I mean, we've doubled our donations to the charities every single year, and this year I don't think will be any exception.
Anything ironic to the fact that Denny's got his name on the sign and Denny's on the pole? Do we need to be concerned about that?
After qualifying, we were all sitting in the bus. We were kind of laughing about that, wondering what are the chances of them disqualifying Denny Hamlin at a Denny Hamlin charity event.
I don't know how I got lucky enough to qualify on the front row, but my goal is to finish on the lead lap, and if I can do that, then I have succeeded at what my goal for the day is.
Well, unlike Tony's goal, my goal was to just find the track. So I succeeded at that, so I'm pretty happy about that, but I don't want to get lapped.
This racetrack changes a ton at night, and 250 laps, it's tough to say. I think it's the main thing is going to be to stay out of trouble.
This kind of finish and this kind of, crowd support next year's got to be even bigger and better.
Absolutely, and for all I can ask is guys like you showing up and your brother, and that means a lot to it and goes a long way for our foundation in this race and making sure it stays strong. And we're definitely not on the downside. We're every year it just keeps getting bigger.
And what a great night of action that was at Southside Speedway for the Denny Hamlin Foundation. Now, Kyle Busch said in his piece before the race, the goal is not to tear all these guys' equipment up. How'd that work out?
I think he caused 11 cautions. He told me everybody that passed him, he spun them out. So, got to work on that kid.
But how about, it was all for charity, but what a great race it was. You led just about every lap and had green, white checker like we are probably going to have tonight, but still a great, great finish, and the fans came out in big numbers.
I tell you, there was some great finishes. The promoter side of me says, wow, what a great finish. The drivers and the competitive side of me says, dang it, I still have not won a race at that racetrack yet, but we'll go back and try to get them next year. And just can thank everyone for coming out to that event. That's been huge. Every year it just keeps bigger and bigger. I need to get some temporary grandstands to the end of that place for next year, but I tell you, it's just to see that many Cup drivers come out and help support, it definitely means a lot to me and the whole foundation.
Let's talk about this race tonight now. I know you've won a lot of big races. Every time you win a race in this series, it's a big deal. But your win here at Richmond last time seemed to be, you could just tell in victory lane that, hey, I wanted to win at this racetrack.
Yeah, I definitely do. The win here kind of just was a sigh of relief for us. We came so close up until last fall here to finally break through. I think we've led 50% of the laps out of the last 2 years here. So today, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I tell you, we just struggled to find speed in our car for all weekend. We fought a tight race car. I've never really been this slow here at this racetrack before, so we just got to figure it out, and hopefully it's a trend that follows the course of this year. Usually when we qualify that bad, we race well.
How do you expect this track to change from starting, kind of dusky and getting into the nighttime? What do you expect from the racetrack?
Well, that's the one thing I am looking forward to is, at least the conditions in which we're going to race is nothing like what it was in practice. So it's much hotter, it seems like, during the spring than what I remember. So the conditions are different. We just got to make sure we have a car that's adjustable, because we know that it's going to change, especially after lap 200, and we got a tough pit selection.
Well, it's been a fun weekend so far for Denny Hamlin and everybody involved with the foundation, and he would like to tap this weekend off with another victory here at Richmond. JR?
Hermie, thanks a lot. We appreciate everything that Denny does. That's such a great thing for the charities around this area, especially the children's charities that benefit from what they do, and all the Cup drivers being out there. That's great to see. Now